On this video, I'm going to address various different points and comments that you, my amazing subscribers and viewers, sent to me over the past few days. I'm going to expand on those questions, those comments, those points, and then I'm going to carry on and talk about today's awesome message. I'm going to address the comments, but I will not refer to anybody by name because I don't know if people are okay with me mentioning their name. So I'm going to leave out names. I'm going to start with the very last comment, which asked me, the person who asked me about my amazing 3 day dry fast. She asked me if I slept at night, and the answer was yes, I slept very well at night actually. I was a bit surprised myself because I sort of expected to have deficiency, but I had no deficiency throughout the dry fast. Like I said, the problems that I had were actually after the fast. And that's something which people don't realize that during a fast, your body is very, very well adjusted. Your body is very, very pleased to do what it needs to do to cleanse and to do what it needs to do for you to get to a better place. It's after the fast. You have to be very, very careful what you eat, how you eat, and how long you stretch the food that you eat. I still have a weakness with this because I still have a love for food. I don't expect that love to go away, but I tend to plan to be careful, but I always tend to slip with this one. Hopefully I'll get better with it in the future. Um After the fast I've been very, very careful because my body really, really needs proper care. You need just like you fasted, let's say it's for 3 days. If you fast for 3 days, it's 3 days of fasting and it's 3 days of aftercare, which you have to be very careful during that period. Now, I've been to the best of my ability has been as careful as possible. Um, I've tried my hardest to just do what I have to do to not strain myself, to not stretch myself, and not go too far. I've also been drinking a tiny bit in the evenings, although I do intermittent fasting every single day. But because I just fasted for 3 days, I let go a little bit and allowed myself to just relax a little bit. And that was perfectly fine. As far as emotionally cleansing, I definitely felt like I've cleaned up a lot of emotions. I've cleaned up a lot of trauma from the past. So that was pretty cool. I'm going to now carry on and talk about the commenter who told me that my voice had become a lot more relaxing and a lot more um, blissful, if you like. The thing is, I think she said blissful. She may have not said it. She may have not used the word blissful, but she said I've become very calming and my message is a lot stronger as a result. Thank you very much for your great point. I think it's worth mentioning that because I do daily meditations, which can sometimes go on for a couple of hours, that's why I'm able to become a lot calmer and a lot deeper in my messages. Also worth noting that I've been feeling a lot stronger messages coming through. Like I'm remembering things, which I'm learning better, and I'm keeping in information. And I think again, it all has to do with the fact that I'm doing amazing meditations, and amazing means of keeping myself afloat in that way. Um, Another commenter mentioned to me about being positive and how powerful my messages are, and even if my viewership and subscribership is not totally great, it's not amazing, I don't have thousands of subscribers. Nonetheless, my message is getting out there, and even if one person hears my message and they take it to heart, and then they teach it to their children, and those children teach it to their friends, etc., etc., my message goes far and further and further and further, and I can achieve so much, which is actually something which I really appreciate. And it's a very, very good point. It's a great point, something really worth internalizing because I'm only human, and sometimes my ego was like, Jessica, am- why don't you have a lot of viewers? Why don't you have a lot of subscribers? Actually, the universe is taking care of it for me. God through the universe is taking care of it for me. I'll have what I need. Right now, it's the points and message it's the points I mention, and it's the great messages I put across. Now, I want to carry on and talk about the concept which I'm going to talk about today, the message I'm going to put out today, and that is what happens. And this is actually also another point one of the commenters mentioned about um, becoming more of an observer and not taking everything as your own stuff. In other words, neutralizing your thoughts on negative situations, neutralizing your thoughts, and seeing things more of as an observer. I'm going to expand that a little further and say that I've been doing that lately. And today I had an incident where I kind of lost focus for like a minute or so, and I got very entangled. I got a little negative, but I quickly apologized to the person I was talking to. And thereafter, I really felt that because I apologized very quickly and because I felt like I was forgiving towards myself, because obviously when it first happened, I was like, Jessica, how could you do this? You're on a spiritual path. How could you go and lose focus and get sucked into a negative situation? I was very, very forgiving towards myself. I said to myself, Jessica, relax, forgive yourself. You didn't realize, and it also had something to do with one of the twin flame proxies. I've spoken about twin flames a couple of days ago. One of the twin flames proxies who was really pushing some of my buttons, and I was like, Jessica, calm down, take a neutral perspective, take a neutral approach, and do not allow yourself to become consumed by the situation. And that really worked. I said, Jessica, forgive yourself. Be forgiving towards yourself. And that's absolutely what it takes to get to a better place on on a spiritual level. At times, when I fall into that place of lack, of scarcity, and I start blaming myself, not forgiving myself, I realize that it takes me to places which I never want to go back to again. A place of lack, a place of frustration, a place of feeling dire, and I really don't want to go back to that kind of reality ever again. So it really, really worked. And again, it works well because I do amazing meditations every single day and I pray a lot. I do a lot of praying to God to help me through the universe. I do a lot of that kind of thing as well. And that's something to really, really believe in. I pray a lot. I talk about the blessings in my life every single day, like I mentioned many times before. I don't leave my bed in the morning without counting at least 30 blessings, 30 things I have what to be grateful for in my life. This has changed my life. And it's changed my focus, it's changed my perspective, and I've become a lot more positive as a result. I see the world from a different light. I see the world from a connectivity kind of light. I feel like we're all connected. We're all one. We have this. We think we're not all connected. We think we're not all one. The fact is that we're all one. And if you harm somebody else, you're effectively harming yourself. You might want to get entangled with your ego, but it's going to get you nowhere. That's why I really believe and I internalize the concept of we are all one. And obviously, you all know what I do right now, what I do lately, and that is I tell God, to the universe, I say, Dear God, I surrender. I surrender to you, dear God. I surrender to you and you control everything. I do this in my meditations, and firstly, it gets my meditations to a further place. And secondly, it gets me a lot more advanced in my meditations. Sometimes when I'm meditating, I'm like, okay, Jessica, I've had enough. I want to pick myself up and go now. But then I just say, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender to God. I surrender to God. And when I do that, I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm loosening up. And I feel like I'm going to a much more neutralized perspective. And I'm focusing from a much, much more neutralized approach. It's a powerful method. It's so worth it. I have found my meditations help me so, so much. That's why I'm sharing what it's like with you. I could help you in the future with guided meditations, which is something I said yesterday I might put out. Let me know in the comment section down below if that is something which you would appreciate, and if you think I have what to add in that respect, because there's a lot of people out there who have put out on YouTube guided meditations, but I do think I have a unique gift when it comes to guided meditation because I focus from a lot of different angles, a lot of different perspectives, and I really think I could add in that way. That's my message today. If you liked today's video, press the like button. Please feel free to share with your family, friends, acquaintances, neighbors, peers, and with your grandmother if you wish. Why not? Feel free to share away. Like I said, don't tell your grandmother about fasting or your mother for that matter, because they tend to not be able to digest that kind of thing very well. Um, if you have any comments, please leave in the comment section down below. And I thought I'd mention that my name is Jessica Madden, and on my channel here on YouTube, I help people raise their awareness and become very successful. I share great tips and amazing lessons which I picked up throughout my life, and I share amazing tips and great lessons which I pick up every single day. Reminding you again that if you are that 100 subscriber, manifest your dream and be that 100 subscriber. You will be manifesting a dream and receive that that amazing gift which I'll ship out to you for free. I love you all so much, and I'm wishing you a great weekend, a great Saturday, and a great Shabbat for those who celebrate Shabbat. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.